In this Bubble tutorial video, I'm going to be sharing my top tips for working with maths equations in a Bubble.io no-code app, in particular the order of operation, explaining how Bubble works and some workarounds that I've developed over the last few years. If you're new around here, my name is Matt. I'm a Bubble no-code educator. I help people build apps who have no-code experience with no code tools like Bubble.io. So let's dive into it. And the first thing we need to understand is that Bubble does calculations from left to right. It does not follow its standard mathematical order of operation, which means that things can get really tricky if you need a specific order of operation. For example, if you need brackets. Now, Bubble does support brackets. You can go into beta features and you can check brackets in. And if you do that, you will instantly be able to have more control over the order of operation for any maths calculations that you're doing in your Bubble app. Except here is a warning. On one hand, the last update to the expression parentheses beta feature was back in 2022, and it has stayed like that ever since. On the other hand, an experimental feature, beta feature that they had to do with time zones, they introduced, this was several years ago now, but they introduced it. You could add it into your app as a beta feature, but then they retired it, and it took 2 to 3 months before Bubble bakes in the same core features that they then suddenly removed from the beta feature. So ever since that happened, I have considered it to be a risk that you might evaluate is worth taking or not if you do build an app depending on beta features. So if you want to avoid that risk, how else can you do order of operation in Bubble? Well, let's go back into our demo, and one way that you can do that is by using one of the Math.js plugins. So I tend to find the one that is local. In fact, I've already got that installed by Zero Code. Because what that enables you to do is basically, if you can write it as a maths expression using a keyboard, you can find a way to get it to work in your Bubble app. So the way that Math.js works is if we add in some text and we add in the Math.js element, we can now write our expression here. In actual fact, let's have a look at their documentation so you can get a real idea of the scope of what you can build. So we're in docs, so we can do parentheses. So you can't do, for example, square in Bubble on its own, but you could with Math.js. Don't need any of that. Any examples? Oh, here we go. Right. So we can do things with maths that are far more complicated than I think I can understand. But Math.js allows you to do that. So let's go back to our app and I'll just show you how we can make it work. So this is a demo app. I've got tons of data from previous demos. So let's say I wanted to search for how many ads were in the database, do that as a count. But then I can put a bracket around it and I can then times that by, say, a search for how many teams I've got in the database. And then I can divide all of that by, I don't know. In fact, you don't even need to make it dynamic. You can just type into it. So I can divide all of that by 5. Okay, it's a nonsense calculation. But then anywhere in my Bubble app, whether it's you're displaying on the page or you want to use it in a workflow, you can just refer to the output either as a number or as a string from Math.js. So that's how you can do. I'll show you one other thing. Which is sometimes it's useful to do part of a calculation because you might be referring to that in multiple places and then doing a second part elsewhere. So you can actually use a group to do this. If we say that the group is a number, bearing in mind the limitations on whether you're using Bubble's expression parentheses, you can do a calculation in here. So let's just say we always want to be able to refer to how many books there are in our database without having to recalculate it. Well, this group now holds that number. So I can say number of books as a way of renaming it. And then in my text expression, I can refer to number of books number. And then I have a variable. It's like setting a custom state without having to set a custom state. I have that number available to me on my page and on my on-page workflows. There we go. So if you've got any questions, please leave a comment below. If you want to work one-to-one with me to really speedily troubleshoot any issues you've got with your Bubble app, you can book a one-to-one call with me, Bubble Coaching. Link is down in the description. And of course, we've got hundreds of Bubble tutorial videos that are exclusive to our members, and you can access all of those through our website by becoming a member at planetnocode.com.